Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne and thank you very much for being here. Happy July 12th, 2020. Bam, and welcome to my Sun Sign Love series. And for those that are new, both new and returning, welcome, thank you, love your support, love the love I've been receiving and the subscriptions. And it's just really wonderful. I don't want to elaborate too much, but I do want to always say it because it is spectacular to me and makes me feel great. So thank you for that. The new viewers, I just want to do a little definition of what I do. I have been actually more streamlined this month, and I pick starting from Aries all around the astrology wheel each day to Pisces, which is what we're on now. So I've gone this will be the 12th sun sign, the original one that I know I'm picking, and then I just randomly picked the second sun sign, which is the connection, the love connection, love being on all different realms, you know, love a friend, a great friend, because not all of us are in relationships with a significant other or marriage or that type of thing, but we certainly definitely have friendships, and we have animals we love, and we have family members we love, and this is really just kind of a guidance to why it is we are attracted to and find that in our lifetime this has been kind of a pattern with us, and hopefully I can bring some enlightenment and clarity to that. So like I said, we do have Pisces. Let me toss the dice and just randomly see what your connection is today. And then it's Cancer. That's gorgeous. That's two water signs. I love that I'm reading that right now. So wonderful. But I'll read a little bit or talk a little bit about each sign. And if you happen to watch the last months and you've already seen this, just fast forward to your then tarot and oracle guidance reading for today specifically and moving forward, because the energies absolutely move and they continue to grow and give us, you know, different information throughout the month and onward sometimes. So yeah, and I'll explain a little more about that. But this one just popped out, so it has to be put down there for you. Oh, that's so beautiful. So I'll come back to this, and I'll talk a little bit about the two sun signs. So we'll start with Pisces. Pisces is a water element. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac, whereas Aries is the first, the initiator, the beginning. Pisces is the 12th, the ending, representing eternal, you know, life and death, transformation, regeneration, you know, just the cycle of life, if you will. And the symbol of Pisces are the two fish, generally swimming in two different directions, kind of going with the flow kind of vibe is what a lot of the times you hear in regards to Pisceans, and it's true. However, they represent, like I said, water, which is very, very sensitive. A Piscean is going to be one of the more sensitive signs you will ever meet. And I'll explain what I mean by that. But specifically, a Piscean is more so than even the other two. Maybe not, I don't know, it's a kind of a close tie, but just in a different energetic way. The Piscean is known as kind of half man, half spirit, you know, the fish aspect. Always having this incredible innate capability of having what they would call the pulse of life, you know, the feel, the understanding, the currency of all life's events and things that are happening, you know, around them. Ultra sensitive, right? Just this, they're ruled by Neptune, the planet Neptune. Neptune is all about mystery and the hidden realms, the fantasy, the dream world. Many Pisceans get information to them through the dream world. So a lot of times they're very perceptive about this, and they will recognize prophetic in dreams that they may have, and a lot of time leaning towards careers that have to do with psychic intuition, you know, astrology. All of those things are very, very easy and kind of an innate career in a lot of ways, even if they don't take it professionally. It's just something that's going on with them from the moment they enter into this world. But they are known as old souls, like they've lived many, many lives. If a Piscean tells you that they have a hunch, or they have this feeling, I would listen to them. They usually know what's going on that way. Now, because of the sensitivity, they are a mutable sign, so I need to say that, because they are extremely adaptable and they are capable of feeling and understanding situations regardless of where they are. They're like a chameleon. They can have different personalities, depending on who they're with and what they're picking up. Their receptivity of others is unmatched a lot of times, and therefore the fields that they do really well in are anything with art, using the imagination, using their fantasy sides and their spiritual part, where they're kind of always in touch with that spirituality, and also the mundane, physical body as well. They also are great when it comes to acting. Acting is a great avenue for them, I would say. And, just the imagination, the imaginative type of fields. They're very intelligent, very creative, and they can be prone to, if things aren't balanced and they've taken on too much of this outside energy, as being empathic and ever so sensitive, they can turn to drink and drugs. So you want to make sure that there's plenty of rest that you're getting, that you're able to remove yourself from the outer stimuli, and make sure that you're able to ground yourself, is how they say it, and just take that time for yourself and not have to be constantly taking in and feeling the energies and the stimuli outside of you. Now, the reason for that too is because being ruled by the planet Neptune rules the thalamus gland in the brain, which basically its use is to kind of transmit the sensory stimuli in our bodies to the stimuli of our bodies to the sensory parts of our bodies and back again. So yeah, that's constantly going on, and sometimes with a Piscean, it's overload, so that can be harmful and cause them great imbalance and discomfort. And so the best thing they can do health-wise is just to kind of keep everything as moderate as possible in what they eat and then what they drink, getting the exercise moderate, They don't particularly like, this is a general, yes, it's a general reading. The sun sign, like I've said many times, is definitely important. It's an important part of us. It is that power, that energy that we get from the sun the moment we're born, right? That initiates our ego and our desires and what it is we want and how we feel and what makes us tick, right? But it is just a 12th. So in Western astrology, a lot of times when people say, what is your sign? You're right away going to say your sun sign, the birth day that you were born, because that's what people think. But you're many signs, and I always encourage people to recognize that. So a lot of times if you're hearing these tapes or, or videos and tapes, for heaven's sakes, and you're thinking, yeah, it kind of is me. It's not really, though. It's because you have so many other signs within your birth chart that you're also a part of. So unless you have a lot of Piscean, you'll probably feel and understand what I'm saying, but you may not feel it as strongly because your rising and your moon and your Venus, your personal planets that are very, very important in making you the person that you are in different signs. So just wanted to put that there. But so where was I? Yeah, you've got the sensitivity. The part of the body that's ruled by Pisces is generally the feet, toes, and the membranes, the mucous membranes. So a Piscean stature, this is also general, but for the most part, as Piscean, I would say mostly a rising Pisces, to be honest, but we're on the sun. It's going to be a little bit more petite, fragile, not a robust, constitution per se, but they can be healthy, of course, but their feet are very affected. They have generally known for having beautiful feet and toes, and they can be incredibly beautiful dancers. Once again, there's that beautiful artistic part that lets them express themselves and kind of balance this part of them that feels and senses the things around them. So they're known for that. And so they also can be prone to sinus problems, maybe colds more often than other signs, as well as corns and, bruising, and definitely broken toes is kind of known for the sign of Pisces. And I just want to share with you that I have a Pisces rising. So I didn't know that for years. I'm a Libra, but wow, when I started reading these other things that are not so general after all, like, this is interesting. Well, I wanted to be the prima ballerina. I wanted to be a nurse, but I definitely wanted to be a prima ballerina from as long as I can remember. And the toe thing, it just made me laugh so hard, because I'm one of those people that have broken my toes several times. And of course you can't do anything about it. They heal. But I would just be walking and my feet are fine. And then all of a sudden I'm walking by my couch or something, and this baby toe or something just literally changes position and jams into this couch or whatever it is I'm walking by in such force. And like, how is that even possible? And there it's broken, something like that, just kind of bizarre. And so, yeah, that I felt that was interesting. You may resonate with that. I don't know. I'd love to hear. Leave me a comment. But the bottom line about a Piscean is that they literally can get under your skin. Like, they feel what you're feeling. They have this empathy, and they feel your pain. They take it on, so it's a lot. You got to make sure you're just feeling, at peace with yourself. And a lot of times I was starting to say very intelligent, but not necessarily, they don't gravitate towards like corporation jobs, where you got to be up at a certain time, there's a certain schedule. They're not inclined to do that. They can be great, but I don't see that as being the predominance in the field for Pisceans. I think they like their own schedule. They like their own, careers. They start their own. They're very entrepreneurial. I myself am, a massage therapist. I have my own practice. I'm waiting to go back in, and just feeling more comfortable, because you don't want to deal with the uncomfortable realities of certain corporation and the status quo and things that go on. It just doesn't really appeal to you. It doesn't feel right. So the sensitivity is a huge part, and very perceptive, very caring, nurturing, kind, wanting to give. They give the shirt off their back, and they have, friends that can take advantage, yes, but friends really love and appreciate how they will be there for you. And that's what you're going to find with the Piscean. So I'm sure there's so much more, but I want to continue on. And then you have Cancer. Well, Cancer is a water sign as well. And so there's this beautiful affinity between the two of you. And it's a beautiful, heartfelt, deep connection. Once again, being the water, very much about emotion, very much about feeling and understanding each other, the psyche of another person very, very well, just by how you're feeling, because you care, you're just compassionate that way. And the Cancer is ruled by the moon, so there's the tides, there's the changeable aspects of the cycles of the moon. Like with the Piscean, Cancer is also very changeable, and although they are a cardinal sign, they start the season of summer, so all cardinal signs start a season, and cardinal signs like to be active. They like to be, making a difference and contributing in some way, and generally family related. They love the idea of family. They're very caring and nurturing about those they love, and they're super sensitive, so they will retrieve from people that they don't feel safe with. They definitely strive for security, people they can really count on and rely on. Usually, small familiar groups and places, although they can have vast amounts of friends. I'm just saying, they're fine being at home they're fine catering to their kids and their families and their homes. They care about making money and doing well in their life, in their profession. And they too can be in many different professions, a lot of times in the artistic fields as well. You know, just, I don't know, this combination, they just get each other, you know, and there is moodiness on both sides, there really is, but understandably, when you're feeling what you feel, whether you like it or not, it's going to cause that sensitivity. Sometimes it's not even you, it's just what's being brought onto you. So that can bring that moodiness. But because you have that similarity and that understanding, you know, there's going to be a great loving connection between the two of you. And you know, just the conversations are good, the ability to understand what you two go through, both loving, good friendships, good family, you know, caring. Now the Cancer also, what else can I say about the Cancer? Definitely ruled by the moon. Cancer is a feminine duality as well as the Piscean. So there's once again that receptivity that's there. And so I just feel like there's not really a lot to be said about how these two can get along. And I don't really even, I've seen it many times on many levels, like I said, with great friendships, with relationships, both genders not important. I mean, either side, either way. I guess if anything, the Cancer is maybe more prone to be more maternal. There's that maternal family thing. Pisces make great parents, don't get me wrong, but they may not be as devoted in the sense that that's what their life ambition would be. You know, many Pisceans do get married, but a lot of them stay single and content, and the world is their children and their family, you know. It's like, so I guess I feel that that's something that I think is fair to say. And the Cancer is, the ruling part of their body would be their stomachs, very sensitive, and emotions on both sides, Pisces and Cancers, are what causes ailments, you know, because they take that on, and that emotional stress is when they are generally off kilter or not feeling their best. So yes, the stomach and the breast, actually, that's right, of a Cancer. But yeah, just, I don't know, these two signs just have so much compassion and caring, and you're not going to find other signs that are going to be more devoted and compassionate, and yeah, they're there for you. They're just loving, beautiful, friendly, caring signs. So yeah, I think that's descriptive of why you two would be, you know, compatible. There isn't much more to say. So let me read your tarot and energy guidance messages for today. Like I said, July 12th. Oh, let me just talk a little more about that. July 12th, my goodness. First of all, happy birthday, Cancers. We're still in your sun season. Thank goodness. You have to be recognized like any of us. Each 12 sun signs has that beautiful time of the month where you can celebrate you know. And it's been difficult for a lot of birthdays this year, starting in February and March. You know, it's just been completely changed and unusual in a lot of ways. But I think now with things opening up, hopefully you've been able to celebrate and enjoy your relationships together, and maybe take some time to just relax during this incredible retrograde season. So that's where I was going with this. Mercury's gone station forward today. I'm just so happy. It's been retrograde in your sign, Cancer, since for over 3 weeks. But the shadow period started even before that. There's like 6 planets retrograde, but now Mercury's gone forward, which is really important for all of it. It's that personal planet that affects us more than the outer planets when they're in retrograde, a lot. So the delays and the inability to really get communication you need, or be able to talk to others you want to, and maybe mishaps with wanting to go places because of transportation restrictions, and you name it, the list goes on. really, really happened in these last couple of months so strongly. I felt it the moment it started in the shadow period. It's just what happens. And of course we get through it all. I've done repeated videos that went wrong and just do it again, just sending out and making mistakes on my, titles of the video, or sending out an email to the wrong person, all these things that happen. It's going forward. So little by little, not today, might still be some confusion in the next few days, but it's moving forward and there's changes. And the Venus went forward last month, and that's about our love and our relationships, and some difficulties that we may have been experiencing are smoothing out, and there's just more compassion. Thank you for your water energies that you've been sending us all this time. It is emotional for us that are air signs and mainly in our head, but it's necessary. It feels good. It feels like it's cleansing and healing. And then we have the new moon in your sign, Cancer, on the 20th for even more new transformation and beginnings, which is something we all have to express and need and have been waiting for. So it feels really, really beautiful. And so I'm going to read under 4 specific categories for you, and I'll explain what they are. And then I'm also going to end with the oracle messages from my oracle divinations of pure love and beautiful intentions for you to grow and to understand maybe more about some of the wonderful mystical things of life that are there and ever present for us, and giving you that guidance, to help you on your path. So I just love, and I'll explain which one each of these are, but yeah, so it's been some time, yes? And I think everyone can start to take that deep breath, and it's really essential for you as well, being the water signs, because you've been feeling it so much. You've been taking on so much. So you really need to just utilize this time to care for yourself and absolutely love yourselves, okay? Because you're always giving to others. I do like to check the foundation card. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And this is basically what I call the catalyst, and it's all the energies leading up to this moment, this reading. And then, what's brought you to this place, and then I'll explain the others. And you have the Ace of Wands. Whew! Fire, initiative, new beginnings, movement, change, transformation, sexual, a lot of times. This is about passionate, fiery relationships. I hope that's happening. And you can let me know if you want. You don't have to. I just feel like it's very prominent, and you've needed each other and you've been there. Hopefully, not all of us can be, but in some form, you know what I mean. And this is strong, and this is, it's fire. So we had 3 eclipses, and the first one was the fire sign Sagittarius, and that was really, really bringing a light on June 5th to pushing forward and changing the norm, and getting out of our comfort zone, finding the truth, and recognizing what needs to be changed, every one of us. And that was exactly what was happening in the world. And then it went into the new moon eclipse, the 21st, first day of summer in your sign, Cancer, and that was about our feelings and our deepest desires and wishes, and our loved ones, and our losses and our gains, and our the transformations, all just really opening up our hearts, and recognizing how we can help ourselves, but definitely others, and how important that is right now in this time. And that's been going on a lot. It's been beautiful. And then it ended with the full moon eclipse in Capricorn on the July 5th. So yeah, that was all about culminating and making things permanent now. We're moving forward again. We're going to do it. We knew it would happen. It's starting. We just have to be strong and have faith and believe. And so we're affected by all this, right? And you certainly have been too. And you will be with the eclipses for a while. So whatever that meant to you, whatever it's still meaning, because it may not know yet, but it can be like a month from the eclipses and go onward for like 6 months. You'll be aware of it and you'll be feeling it, but it's beautiful, beautiful, healing, loving, helpful energy. So the first category I like to do is under the overall energy for the month and today. And you have the Strength card. That's the major arcana. You have found the strength within yourself, and as fragile as you may be or appear to be because of your sensitivities, that's not actually the case at all. You have great strength and the ability to regenerate and renew and rebuild, And that's what I'm seeing for the two of you. I'm seeing it individually as well, so that the two of you can be strong for each other. If there were health issues, you're coming through them. Or people that you may know. This does represent the sign of Leo. We're actually entering into Leo season on the 22nd this year. So a lot of positive, very strong, recognizing our inner strength, our mastery, our determination, our will, very prominent. Leo is the sun, and that's our sun sign, right? And that's our motivation and our power, and our from the sun is, you can't get much more energy than that. So it's shining down on you and reminding you of just how strong you are, not to lose that that awareness of the empowerment that we all can keep. So that's a beautiful, beautiful indication of today and what's coming forth for you. The second category is under the category of possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Empress. I mean, just from strength to the Empress, the epitome and the ultimate in love, in caring, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, just this beautiful energy of support and caressing, and a lot of times the picture will show a woman with child. So the mothering, like I said, maternal, which both of you are, you've got that incredible feminine, receptive aspect of you. We all have the feminine and masculine, but it's shining through very brightly right now with you, and being water and just the caring aspect of you. But you may be expecting a child as well. So I would think that would be a blessing. I would pray that would be a blessing. Or you're considering it, or you're thinking about it. But if it's not an actual child, and this is a great friendship connection we're speaking of, you've got the ambition and the desire to start a new business together, to start a new idea, a new creative project. It's just the nurturing and the laborious parts that you go through before you actually give birth to that idea, and that beautiful new conception is coming to life, and you've got the strength to make it happen, and I think a lot of us have been tired, literally, physically, just feeling everything and expanding ourselves and trying to kind of understand, I guess, internally with all the retrogrades, what it is we need to do to move forward, and knowing when to do so. So this is beautiful, beautiful energy. I would imagine it's a blessing for most of you. So absolutely love that. And then the next category is in the category of love. And you have the Four of Pentacles. So it's interesting. That would generally be in the next category, which is under finances. But what I see here, and what I usually do, there's this real desire to stay very close to each other in this relationship. Like, you don't want to really share it that much. And it makes sense right now with having to be, kind of still sheltered in, if you will, and following the rules about, being safe and keeping a distance. And that's kind of where you're at. You're like, I'm really content right now just being in this bubble, if you will, and that's what they're calling it, with this beautiful connection I have. We understand each other, we're safe, we feel comfortable, we feel familiar, we have that security we're striving for in that regard, emotionally, for sure. And it's beautiful love. And it could have to do with money. Like, you're making sure that the two of you are collaborating and watching your finances, so that you can continue to build or save for who knows what, right? And by the way, with the Mercury retrograde going forward, trust me when I tell you that delayed information, like I said, or communication you've been waiting for in regards to love, money, or anything is going to definitely start moving forward. You'll feel it right away, but it's just going to get better and better as we go along. And I am so relieved. I hope that you understand and are feeling that way too. Love is good. 4 means stability. It's the analogy of the 4 walls, the 4 pillars that give us strength and trust, and that foundation that we need. And it's stable and it's strong. And you're not really to give that up, you're just not. It's just you have that possessive kind of, this is mine and I love it. I'm going to nurture it and take great care of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're committed, let's just put it that way. And then, like I said, the last category is the category of finances, and this is perfect. This is the Knight of Pentacles. The Pentacles are the earth, which is also what this was, so I should probably bring up that you might have other people in your life that are of the earth quality and element, which is Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So water signs get along very well with the earth. It's really a beautiful kind of synchronistic energy that works together. So you might have good friendships that you love and you've been around lately and you've been able to see that you haven't. But the Pentacles are our practical side of life, the things that we need, the money, the food, the roof over our head, the beautiful gardens to plant our flowers and nurture and just the earth, natural qualities, the stable, persistent, which is really important to all of us, but particularly water signs. They love that. And money's good. It's the slowest moving energy with the Knights, it is, but it lasts the longest. So the rewards will be plentiful once it's coming through, which it absolutely is. And at this point, I think the waiting has already occurred. So things are changing and it's looking good. And that's what the information, it's always a message and it's always about that particular element. And this has to do with your security, your money. And yeah, good news. Expect good news and that's what will arrive. And I absolutely love that. So predominantly you're speaking of strength, stability, good finances, beautiful opportunities, new ideas, birthing perhaps children, birthing of ideas, working together, and making that strong commitment. And yeah, it's beautiful. So the next is under the category of money in its own right, because it is from the realm, the money and the law of attraction. Abraham Hicks, incredible, beautiful, very insightful information as far as I'm concerned. Money is energy, and this kind of reminds us of that because everything is energy. So when we believe certain things and we feel certain ways, we attract that into our lives. And this is about, well, I'll read to you what it says. How's that? So you have the card, I do not need to have money to attract money. That's what I'm speaking of. That's the kind of thought process. This is 29. 29 in numerology becomes an 11. That's a magical number. That's a 2. That's partnership. That's working together as a team. So it says you do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong and by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of the direction of what is currently happening. Your vibration will shift, your point of attraction will shift, and you will get different results. So that's what I'm saying, just that information right there, it just instantly changes the whole concept and maybe belief system that you've had. It has to do with the energy and what vibrational energies we're putting out at this moment. And yes, thoughts that come into our mind that aren't uplifting or happy or anything, that can come back. So let's try to not do that if we can. I work on it daily, just so you know. It's a constant thing for me. And it's really shown some beautiful results, you know, absolutely physical results. And it started with that and the feeling, and it's been life-saving for me. I hope that you can utilize it and feel the same way. And the next card is the Hidden Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron-Reid. And once again, this just beautiful, loving information for some clarity and encouragement. The Map Maker of Destiny. Authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will, which we always have, regardless of the energies that are here, how we want to utilize them, and what we believe. That's really the ticket. It's number 24, and 24 becomes a 6. In numerology, 6 is about balance, outside and inwardly, you know, so above, so below, balance in everything, our health, our well-being, our relationships, our everyday activities, our work, you know, our families. Trying to keep that balance is super important. I'm going to put this up and hopefully you can see it. It's just gorgeous. And I'll read to you what it says, because hopefully you'll feel touched in a positive way like I do when I read these. So when the Map Maker of Destiny appears, it's a sign that you're being given an opportunity to transform fate into destiny. Oh, I like the sound of that. At birth, each human being is given a unique map with myriad paths that intersect with one another. Your map of destiny shows all the places you've meant to visit, places where you have been challenged to evolve into the highest aspects of yourself. Remember that you're a spark of the divine comes to earth to experience, remember that you're a spark of the divine come to earth to experience itself in human form. As such, your path is unique. It's also somewhat preordained, and fate represents the events in your life that were meant to happen and that you can't change. Fate is transformed into destiny according to how you respond to your circumstances. Destiny offers you the ability to make great opportunities, and choices are possible at certain points on your map. Now is one of those times. You're faced with a relationship or circumstances brought to you by fate. How you respond will lead you into your perfect destiny. Your ally may assume the form of a soulmate, come to heal you. Challenger makes you face the things within you that must change in order for you to express your highest good. Maybe fate brings you an ally in the form of a wonderful new project, or a challenger in the form of a failed business. No matter which form they take, all are perfect expressions of fate inviting you into your destiny. Pay attention as your map unfolds now, and remember that fate makes the map, but destiny is determined by the manner in which you engage your journey. And I love the fact that they can differentiate that, because I didn't really even understand that before I read this. But there you have it. And that shows you how you have incredible capabilities. And I know you understand this because you are the water, and that's probably one of the main elements that does understand. Mostly, I would say all of us have that innate part of us because we're all connected, but you know what I'm saying. And the last is the Super Attractor Manifestation message, and that is simply how we manifest our lives is how we think and feel and bring it into our reality. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. And it's bright, bright orange, and it's got that sun, and that's our sun sign, and that's our determination and our will. And the new moon, once again, coming up is in Cancer, and it's about our intentions and what we want to see happen, what we want to create and manifest. And this is just a mantra that I like to share with you, because if you say and believe and feel these things, miracles are happening and can continue to happen for you. And that's honestly truthful because I've experienced this. And, you know, I just love, I love this reading for you. I feel really positive. I pray that you're doing well and will continue to. If you liked what you saw, please do push the subscribe or the notification bell, let you know when I upload. And I would love to see you next month, because I'm doing this as long as, you know, people want me to. Also, I went around the wheel now once, and now I'm just going to randomly do both sun signs, unless you happen to want me to read specific connections for you. You can always leave a message, and I'd be happy to do that. In the meantime, take care, take some time off. Lots of changes coming up, and pretty quickly by the latter part of this month and into August. So I'll get back with you on that. Until next time, though, bye for now.